Welcome to Chalk Talk, a show that highlights some of the events taking place in St. Tammany Parish Public Schools. I'm Melody Menard. We've got a great show for you today. We'll highlight award-winning students and teachers. We'll see some aspiring musicians too, as well as check out what's trending on the district's social media site. We'll also catch up with Prep Zone and what our broadcast interns have been up to. Let's start at Mandeville High's Youth and Government Club, a very popular club at the school that allows students to learn the ins and outs of government and diplomacy through hands-on projects and competitions. At the helm is senior Grace Dragna, who to no one's surprise was selected as a delegate to represent Louisiana this year in the U.S. Senate Youth Program. Grant Yenny caught up with Grace before she left for our nation's capital.
Mandeville High senior Grace Dragna will represent Louisiana as one of 2 delegates from the state in the U.S. Senate Youth Program, a rare and prestigious opportunity for top high school students around the United States.
I am extremely excited. It's really just an honor to be selected among 103 of some of the most passionate teenagers in the nation.
While selection of the program is rare, it's nothing new to Mandeville High School. MHS now boasts delegates in 3 of the last 5 U.S. Senate Youth Program classes, with Dragna joining Patrick Flanagan in 2014 and Elizabeth McLaughlin in 2016.
Grace is a wonderful student, and it's very special that she was selected to be one of 2 students from the entire state for the United States Senate Youth Program. I mean, just very proud.
Dragna heads to Washington, D.C. for the program's Washington Week in March for an action-packed week where she and other delegates have the opportunity to tour our nation's capital and meet and learn from top-level government officials, journalists, and military leaders.
Of course, I'm excited to meet the President and the Supreme Court Justice, but I'm most excited to just get to talk with delegates from around the nation about different political topics, just get to know them and develop close personal relationships.
And her American history teacher and youth and government sponsor, Elena Marina, could not be prouder of her star pupil.
Grace is heavily academic, and I always like to say that she lives up to her name. She's poised, she's graceful, she's articulate, and like I said, she's a brainiac.
And with those qualities, it's no surprise that Grace Dragna was selected for this latest honor. Grant Yenny, Channel 13.
And congratulations also to the Youth and Government Club for recently earning the honor of Best Delegation at the Louisiana Youth Legislature Conference in Baton Rouge. Let's now head over to Honey Island Elementary, where one of the ways teacher Steve Spires teaches his students is through creative writing, including using 2 books that he has had published. Grant Yenny has more.
Honey Island Elementary 3rd grade teacher Steve Spires always enjoyed writing growing up, but it was motivation from his 7th grade teacher at Boyette Junior High that helped turn writing into a passion.
When I was a kid, in 2nd and 3rd grade, I would draw cartoons and make little stories out of them. And then when I got into 7th grade, I had this wonderful 7th grade teacher at Boyette, Ms. Swartz, and she really motivated us to write better.
And now, 45 years later, Spires is using that inspiration to motivate students and his fellow teachers, not only around the school system, but around the region, to learn more about our environment. In 2013, Spires' first book, 3 Little Shrimp, was published, followed by The Oak Tree.
Thank goodness for this oak tree's shade.
A tale about Hurricane Katrina from an oak tree's perspective in 2015.
I wanted something that I could use, that other teachers could use to help teach environmental education. And I believe what we need to do is start off young and teach them about science and environment and other things, and then I think the natural curiosity will get them going in the right direction.
It deals with the shrimping, and then the next book dealt with Hurricane Katrina, so we all have some tie-in to it. We feel just very proud of him that he has done that, and he includes us.
Spires' literary success led to an invitation as the only elementary school teacher in the state to present at the Louisiana Environmental Education Symposium.
I was thrilled and just blessed beyond anything to come and represent St. Tammany and teachers to present these books as ways to teach the environment. Turn to page 166. Let me remind you of our champs.
A hardworking teacher, successful author, an inspirational role model, all attributes that his students appreciate.
He has inspired us because he keeps on encouraging us to keep on trying and do our best.
Passing on the inspiration given to him at an early age to the next generation. Grant Yenny, Channel 13.
Spires has another children's book set to release in the fall. The subject, crawfish. For the students in the district Suzuki violin program, learning how to play an instrument is just one aspect of the educational process. Rhett Sharp brings us the story.
1, 2, here we go.
More than 50 years ago, Japanese violinist Shinichi Suzuki realized that children learn to speak their native language with ease. So he began to apply the basic principles of language acquisition
Perfect. That's all I needed.
to the learning of music.
Their mind is working 100% all the time. They have their eyes, their ears, they're touching things, they're doing things. They're having to coordinate a lot. This brings in math, science, history, all in one instrument.
Students across our school district learn to play the violin and other stringed instruments through the Suzuki method starting at a very young age and continue into middle school and junior high.
When we start in the elementary school, we start with very short, simple songs, simply by listening to a recording. Then when they move on to middle school, then we get to where we're reading music on the 5 lines and 4 spaces, like music has always been written. Then when they go to the junior high, they're actually in more of an orchestra setting. So we have parts. We have a first violin part, second violin part, viola, cello. So they actually are hearing different parts of music going on at the same time. That's more advanced. And so once they reach that level at 7th grade, then they would go on to high school and play more advanced music.
In addition to instilling a love of music, the Suzuki approach puts emphasis on character development, something that Miss Calix is proud to have been a part of for more than 25 years.
For St. Tammany Parish to have a string program that is this vast, we've been going since 1991, is absolutely incredible. So I am thrilled to death to be here and have the string program going, and we work very hard with the kids. We send them to festivals and we earn ribbons. So it makes the parish, I think, whole as a fine arts district.
Good job, very good job.
Rhett Sharp, Channel 13.
Ms. Calix hopes to expand the classes to include other instruments in the future. Saints fans in our audience should instantly recognize the voice of the person in our next segment. Rhett Sharp tells us who he is and why he visited Fontainebleau High.
Magnifying all our flaws, wonder why.
Meet Greg Barnhill.
Why do we keep?
He's a Grammy-nominated, Emmy-winning singer-songwriter from New Orleans who now calls Nashville home. He's back in Louisiana today to talk with talented music students from Mandeville High and Fontainebleau High about his life in the music industry and how, with his long-term help along with his colleagues from around the country, they can pursue careers in the field as well.
I just wanted to make sure we went across the whole spectrum of my life and how my life works and how everybody else in the music business's life works today.
The newly formed Ozone Songwriter Festival, slated for a November kickoff in Mandeville, is the catalyst for today's visit and an event that Barnhill hopes will have a significant impact on the area.
This is a 30-year process of seeding this and getting these kids excited that they become the future. They become the future songwriters.
Big thing happening here in New Orleans.
I hope they take enthusiasm away. That's the number one thing. I hope they're on fire and you go, oh man, I can do this. And that's what you want to give them. You want to give them that hope. Because there's so many ways of making music that they don't even realize that are out there.
Bless you, boys.
After today's impromptu jam session and Q&A, Barnhill hopes that the seeds of inspiration have been planted and that his career can be a musical blueprint for a new generation of musicians from St. Tammany.
I think it's awesome because you see a lot of times that you have a lot of inexperienced younger musicians that don't really know how to go and where to go with all their capabilities. And so it's really nice to see someone who's experienced with the scene and the industry and really be able to guide us in where we need to develop our skills.
Well, I'll bet you any amount of money.
It's It's that type of enthusiasm that Barnhill hopes to use to shake up the music industry and put South Louisiana and its rich musical heritage back on the map in the future.
I'm so excited to see these kids get lit up by this. And you know, because they're getting lit up and they're going, oh man, we can do this, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, you can do this. I've done it, and several people from here have done it, but we had to leave here to do it. But what we want to do is try to keep that here in St. Tammany Parish.
Reporting for Channel 13, I'm Rhett Sharp.
Look for Greg and several more of his musician friends at the Ozone Music Festival in Mandeville later this year. The much-awaited-for Children's Museum of St. Tammany had its official ribbon cutting, much to the delight of young children everywhere. Rhett Sharp was there to join in on the celebration.
3, 2, 1.
The Children's Museum of St. Tammany opened its doors at a ceremony held at the brand new facility on Coop Drive in Mandeville. Parish dignitaries, school board members, and business leaders were all on hand to celebrate and be kids again. Parish President Pat Brister,
wow, it's finally here and it's beautiful,
along with Superintendent Fols, welcomed everyone to the event before the doors opened and the kids poured in.
I think this is a wonderful opportunity for all of our students and teachers and really everyone in the community. We preach to be lifelong learners, and this is just an extension of our school.
Everything you see out here is geared towards the kids in this community. It's great to see everybody happy, and the Children's Museum finally have a presence in this community.
I really liked climbing up that rock climbing wall.
From a rock climbing wall to a grocery store, the museum is full of interactive games and activities, all designed to spark learning and creativity.
You can just see the excitement of the students that were in there today, and this community and our school system working together to make the quality of life even better in St. Tammany Parish.
We have children from our school system in there playing and having a wonderful time, and our community leaders are here and those that have helped us put this museum into a wonderful gift for our community.
A gift to our community and a special place where our students will learn.
And also have fun while I'm doing it.
Reporting for Channel 13, I'm Rhett Sharp.
The museum is open 6 days a week on Coop Drive in Mandeville. Students from the Highway Youth at St. Timothy United Methodist Church in Mandeville recently showed their love and support for our teachers. Grant Yenny has the story.
As a part of the St. Timothy Highway Youth's 4 series, students meet up at the Highway's weekly Crossroads gatherings to give back to people and organizations in the community.
It seems like we live in a world where everybody's against everything. I don't know. I think we just need to have a different narrative. We need to have a different word. Instead of being known for what we're against, why don't we be known for what we're for?
The next step in spreading that message is to show appreciation for teachers by creating tote bags filled with classroom supplies and snacks.
It's nice to just every once in a while for them to get an appreciation saying, hey, I see you're working hard, I see what you're doing. Somebody sees it, and we appreciate it, we're for what you're doing.
After meeting to put the totes together Sunday night, students delivered the bags to Lakeshore High on Monday morning.
I hope that they feel like they matter and that they are always appreciated.
And Lakeshore Principal Christian Monson appreciated the kind gesture from the students.
We try to do as much as we can to promote how much we care about a teacher. So coming from the students, it shows the teachers that they really care, and at the same time makes the teachers feel, you know, that the job that they're doing is really appreciated.
The items were displayed in the Teachers Lounge for all of the educators to enjoy and see that the students of the Highway Youth are for them. Grant Yenny, Channel 13.
The St. Timothy Highway Youth plan to reach out to even more community organizations moving forward with their FOR initiative. Safe Harbor, a shelter for domestic violence victims, was the recipient of one of the district's parish-wide fundraisers. Not only did the fundraiser raise much-needed funds, but it also raised awareness.
Safe Harbor is a domestic violence program and shelter for those individuals who feel that they live in an unsafe home and need a safe place to go.
Serving both Washington and St. Tammany parishes, it provides assistance to victims of domestic violence. It offers temporary shelter in a confidential location and provides these services free of charge. Safe Harbor not only helps women but also their children.
We try to provide as safe and as warm an environment for the children as possible so that their lives are not disrupted to the extent that they get distracted and they can't go to school and they can't study.
Safe Harbor provides a place where you don't have to worry about where your next meal is going to come from. You don't have to worry about, is this going to be a day where everybody's okay? Is this going to be a day where I feel safe? Is this going to be a day where I can do my homework in peace and not have to worry about what's going on in the background?
Safe Harbor also assists its clients in finding employment, registering children for school, providing transportation if needed, and even offers support groups for women and children, as well as various types of legal assistance.
This fundraiser is so important to us because we don't always have the money that we need to serve all of the people who need us, and so we sometimes have to turn people away. But if we have enough money to serve them and to help them, we don't have to turn anyone away.
This fundraiser will help us provide food and clothing, basic necessities, a safe place to live, materials for group sessions, materials for arts and crafts for children.
We are very grateful for St. Tammany Parish Schools for doing this for us, because any opportunity that we get to have the community to be involved in our organization and to become aware of our organization, it helps us a lot.
Safe Harbor, a safe haven for women and their children, because love shouldn't hurt. The district holds 4 fundraisers each year and donates the money to a local organization. Let's take a moment to see what's been trending on the school district's social media. These short videos have been making a big impact.
Welcome to Abita's annual Bug Bash Day.
And Bug Bash is when we learn about bugs, insects.
The St. Tammany mosquito embankment comes for a visit.
Little adult mosquitoes are not babies. They are actually adults, but just little adults.
And LSU Agriculture comes. We have a local beekeeper, and they kind of explain how important bees are to our world.
That was really cool. He put on a suit and he showed us a video. It was cool because we got to taste honey and look and watch the bees. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
The kids have a great day here, and it's a fun time, and it's a great time to learn about insects in Louisiana.
It's Read Across Abby Day!
Sweet, sweet, said Bird. Will you rest on a branch with us?
Reading is fundamental. They'll be using these skills throughout their lives. We want to promote that now so that it will encourage lifelong learners.
We read a book about Stephen Curry and we learned to never give up. It was really awesome for him to come read to us today because he really wanted to read to kids. Reading is very fun.
We're celebrating Dr. Seuss' birthday, and the children are just so excited.
I like to read because you always get to hear a new adventure, a story that you never would have known before. I can't wait to read Star Wars. I can't wait to read my book.
ever to come to. Whenever I heard that we were coming to a game, I was like very, very excited.
I've been waiting for this, and it's fun to do it. Fun to come over here and see the game and stuff.
Absolutely fabulous. Our kids work hard all year, and for them to win this for the first time was just an awesome, awesome surprise for them.
Since I've been working so hard, it pays off. So like I can get higher and higher, and I already know that I'm going to go to college. And we're going to, next 9 weeks, we're going to be here again.
It was so much fun. I was like really excited. I had so much fun. It was awesome, and I get to high-five all the players. It was better than wonderful. It was the best experience of my life.
It makes you feel so warm in the inside to know that others know how important your job is. I'm just so happy right now.
Go ahead, run it. Is I had to work hard every day, no letting up.
This year is different from every other year because like this is my final year and I'm gonna try my hardest.
It's just a promotion of Lifetime Fitness. To see these athletes, all of the skills that they demonstrate today are skills that they can participate in for the rest of their lives.
Just happy for the opportunity for these students to come out, have a good time, compete, but have fun at the same time.
It's an honor to represent the school system. To kick off testing. I think it's probably going to be a Saints player. We're going to see different football players.
Mr. Alvin Kamara.
It was really, really exciting because I never knew this was going to happen. I thought we were just going to a normal assembly.
You guys got to study hard and keep pushing to get through this school year. At the cone, yes sir.
I learned that even though sometimes you can fail and not do stuff, but you just need to try again and again until you get it.
So I tried to kind of, just compare it to what I do and just convey the message of finishing to them, as they finish their school year.
You can like the school district's Facebook page and also follow the district on Twitter and Instagram. It's time now for Prep Zone, and Grant Yenny has a full schedule covering some pretty exciting events and stories across the district. Let's see what's up. Grant?
Thanks, Melody. Leading off with the Mandeville High girls soccer program, the Lady Skippers made it to the state championship to take on a familiar team in district rival St. Scholastica. The Prep Zone crew was there. Coming off of a stellar regular season and 2 upset victories in the playoffs, the Mandeville High Lady Skippers punched their ticket to the LHSAA Division I state championship match to face a familiar opponent in the St. Scholastica Academy Doves. The Lady Skippers were on the board first after an SSA miscue led to an own goal in the 10th minute. The rest of the first half was a back-and-forth defensive battle with the Lady Skippers heading into half with a 1-0 lead.
But they are going to run and try and get that equalizer really early, okay, because the clock is not their friend.
Both teams came out fighting in the second half, but SSA tied it up with this goal from senior Brogan Bernados. And pulled away with goals from Mariella White and Sydney Vinsons. In the end, SSA and head coach Mike Ortner hoisted the championship trophy, but the Lady Skippers had a great run up to the championship and played a hard-fought match that Mandeville head coach Sean Esker is proud of.
Oh, it's a tough thing to say on camera. There just aren't even words. I mean, we are so proud to get to this point. We kept going, we kept battling. They fought all the way through to the end. So, I mean, it's a fantastic group of people.
And as senior Michaela Bass moves on from MHS, she couldn't be happier with her team's run to the state championship.
I know we didn't win, but we did play our hearts out, and I'm very proud of everything we did. And this is the best team ever.
Given the choice of celebrating with them or going home with a silver trophy with you guys, I will pick you guys. Hopefully you guys will do the same thing, okay?
Congratulations to the Lady Skippers on an incredible season. And speaking of MHS senior Michaela Bass, she and more than 20 other student athletes from St. Tammany Parish Public Schools signed on National Signing Day. Here's more. More than 20 top athletes in the St. Tammany Parish Public School system signed on the dotted line to continue playing their sport at the next level. And the moment caught up with senior Eddie Smith as he signed to play football for his dream school, the defending national champion Alabama Crimson Tide.
It's just a dream come true. I've been dreaming about it all my life, and being able to play at the University of Alabama really a blessing, so they got to me.
Student athletes put in years of hard work and sacrifice for the opportunity to play at the next level, and Mandeville senior Michaela Bass says signing was emotional.
It's definitely a breakthrough, emotional breakthrough. It's awesome to just finally realize that all the hard work I've done was worth it.
But there's more work ahead for these future collegiate athletes. Covington High's record-breaking running back Devin Brumfield signed with the University of Utah after a visit ensured him he would be able to grow both on the field and in the classroom.
Just being able to get to a place where I feel like I can have a great 4 year and get my degree and make sure that education is important to me, so I know I can do it there.
And for Bass, she couldn't be more thankful to have gone through her journey at Mandeville High School.
I just have to thank my teammates and my coaches because they were always a positive impact and kept me on my feet, and they're just amazing, and I couldn't ask for a better school to play for.
A phenomenal signing class for the class of 2018, full of talent, heart, and a clear focus on their future. Congratulations to all of our student athletes who signed, and good luck at the next level. Speaking of exceptional athletes, Cole Freeman was honored at a school board meeting with the Superintendent's Inspiration Award for his Heart Has No Limit message. Here's a story Rhett Sharp and I produced on Freeman's success and his inspirational message.
Cole Freeman, runner going. Freeman rips one into the left field corner.
Lakeshore High graduate and all-time LSU baseball great Cole Freeman has inspired people not only with his outstanding athletic ability, but also with an attitude that nothing is impossible.
If you step out there and you're thinking somebody's better than you, then how are you really going to compete with that? And I think that's just kind of something that's been stuck in my mind since I started playing.
And that perspective has helped Freeman be a leader in his lifetime of playing ball. That included Lakeshore High, LSU, and now in the Washington Nationals organization.
Oh, he was a great leader for the team. He was a guy that was always first to the field, last to leave. He was just a great kid who the word no never came out of his mouth. He was always there and ready to do whatever was asked of him.
And the secret to his success? Playing with heart. As Freeman believes and promotes, heart has no limit, a phrase that he coined as a sophomore and is now synonymous with Cole Freeman.
Next thing you know, I'm coming out midway through the season. Little kids have HH&L on their gloves. Some kids are making shirts, Heart Has No Limit.
And Coach Rivero believes that Freeman is the perfect person to inspire others with his message.
He's a tremendous role model. When we retired his number at Lakeshore, tons of people from the community, people I hadn't seen in years, came out to honor him. He's a very humble kid. People look up to him, and he takes that responsibility very seriously.
A humble leader who was told early on that his success would be limited due to his size.
Yeah, when I go out there, I'm not thinking at all about my size. I'm thinking about my ability. I'm thinking every time I step on the field that I'm the best player out there. And I think that's how everybody has to take their mentality.
Second one, on to first, they turn the double play.
But this Heart Has No Limit message transcends baseball.
Yeah, you can tie that to everything, not just athletics, you know, whether it be education, whether it be friendships, whether it be doing what you're supposed to do, all that goes into it. So he's just somebody that's easy to like, and certainly somebody that St. Tammany Parish Public School System is extremely proud of.
I think everybody in their life has been told they couldn't do something. Couldn't be, you know, an artist, couldn't be a musicianist, or, you know, couldn't graduate high school. Motivation is one of the biggest factors in getting things done. Obviously, when you get a motivated kid, I mean, watch out, because they can do anything they want.
And this motivated kid from Mandeville, Louisiana has proven just that. And we here at Channel 13 wish Cole the best of luck this baseball season. Now moving over to Fontainebleau High, boxing isn't a sport we normally cover in the prep zone, but when we're told about a Fontainebleau freshman who's a legitimate contender for the 2020 Olympics in Japan, we had to check it out. Here's the story. Alexis Laverine is only 15 years old, but through hard work and persistence, the Fontainebleau freshman has already made a name for herself nationally in boxing. And it was through persistence that Laverine even convinced her dad to allow her to box in the first place.
I was 7 years old, and I remember walking into the living room and seeing my dad was watching it on TV. And I asked him if I could do it, and he said, no, it's only for boys.
Baby, you're not boxing. It's I don't want to see you get hit. But lo and behold, she pushed me and got me to bring her to a local show. She stayed all night, enjoyed every minute of it, so I figured I would bring her to a boxing gym.
From there, that interest in boxing became Laverine's passion. Alexis spends long hours training with her father as her coach at gyms around the New Orleans metro area, and her hard work led to win after win and a ranking of #1 in the nation at 154 pounds in the junior women's division.
When I train, I know it's tough because I have to keep going up in weight classes and fight better people.
I want to make sure my daughter's well prepared. I want to make sure my daughter reaches all her potential.
Due to infrequent bouts for female fighters in the local area, Laverine has to spend a lot of time on the road. But the 15-year-old phenom is determined to not allow her grueling training and travel schedule to affect her performance in the classroom.
Being a girl, it takes a lot of travel. So we go all across the state to go to different gyms and train and spar. And I have to do homework in the car sometimes, but I still get very good grades.
Laverine's in-ring success earned her a spot on Team USA, an honor that Laverine also says adds to the pressure to win.
I need to win. I'm not only representing my family anymore. Now that I'm on Team USA, I'm representing a whole country.
And with the 2020 Olympics in Japan rapidly approaching, Laverine is preparing for the Olympic trials, focused on earning a spot to represent the United States on the grandest stage.
I need to be in the 2020 Olympics, and that's always been my goal since I first started, and I'm getting closer and closer every year.
And after 8 years of training, that goal could be a reality in just 2 years. And we'll keep you updated as Laverine progresses toward her goal. That's all for the Prep Zone Update. Back to you, Melody.
Thanks, Grant. We look forward to seeing more great stories coming out of Prep Zone in our next show. It's time now to check in with our Channel 13 interns who've been busy this semester. Intern Julia Watson is on the set to introduce their stories.
Thanks, Dr. Menard. We've all been working on some interesting videos for a competition called World of 7 Billion, where our intern class created short videos linking population growth to one other global challenge, as well as offering a possible solution to the problem. You'll see one about child hunger that I produced, followed by a video created by Will Dunford on light pollution. The next story is about ways to avoid food waste, produced by Claire DeCordy, and the last video is on deforestation, produced by Aaron Pender. Let's watch them now.
There are over 7 billion people in the world. Among those 7 billion are 975 million starving people. That's 14% of the population. 66 million of these are primary school-aged children, and 16 million of those children live in the United States. In Louisiana alone, 67% of children get their warmest meal of the day at school. What can we do? Let's start with local groceries and restaurants. There is a huge amount of food that is being wasted every day because it can't be served or sold the following day. We should create legislation that advocates for food to be safely redistributed and conserve food from restaurants, groceries, farms, and other sources for the community. Create nonprofits that will collect food from groceries and restaurants and process and refreeze them to be redistributed at food banks and community outlets. Some of this repurposed food could also be used by sending a bagged lunch home so that they have something to eat later that night or on weekends. So start local to help solve this worldwide problem. No child should go hungry in our world of 7 billion.
Let's put a little light on one of the biggest problems facing our world today, light pollution. You may think leaving the lights on is harmless, but it can actually be very harmful. Exposure to artificial light at night inhibits the release of melatonin, which reduces quality sleep. With lack of quality sleep, the likelihood of health problems such as depression, diabetes, obesity, and cancer increases. Light pollution doesn't just affect our health. If you've never seen the Milky Way at night, chances are you never will. 99% of European and US residents live under light-polluted skies, and this pollution is increasing by 5 to 7% per year. The fortunate thing about light pollution is that this complex problem has a simple solution. Turn off your lights. And when the lights aren't yours, buy blackout shades so you can get the best sleep possible. When you do need the light on, do your research. Buy lights that reduce pollution and point down instead of up. Contact your local community leaders, and if one isn't already in place, advocate for implementation of lighting ordinances that limit excess illumination. Light pollution has a huge impact, but if each of us do a few simple tasks, future generations will be getting the sleep they need and seeing the stars again.
Our Earth is inhabited by over 7 billion people and increasing daily. Currently, 795 million people don't have enough food to live a healthy lifestyle. That's 1 in every 9 people. 30 to 40% of food is lost to food waste. Most of that food is lost at the retail level, making it hard to double the food needed to feed the globe. For example, bruising and other abnormalities that make food look less visually appealing and get tossed out. Also, living a healthy lifestyle requires lots of fruits and vegetables, but that can be hard when you live in poverty and cannot afford a hot or fresh meal. So what can we do? A sustainable solution is to encourage stores to sell produce that may not be visually appealing but not damaged at a cheaper price. Also, expiration dates are arbitrary. Therefore, these goods can be sold when they're not at their freshest but still have great nutritional value at a reduced price. If stores do not have the space to sell these lower priced goods, they can donate to soup kitchens and other charitable organizations. Over the next 30 years, the level of food production will need to double. If we make an effort to conserve food, we will be able to feed the globe for decades to come.
Trees, though it may not seem like it, are crucial to the global processes that surround us in our everyday lives. Forests serve as a necessary part in the carbon cycle, sending oxygen into the air while taking carbon dioxide out. Trees are as necessary to human life as water and food, yet global rates of deforestation have increased significantly. One of the items produced by trees is cardboard boxes. Online shopping has increased the need for cardboard. E-businesses ship upwards of 1.6 million cardboard boxes a day. Though they promote the recycling of these boxes, it's not enough. Companies could provide receiving centers where customers could drop off their used cardboard boxes. Major online companies should develop a foldable, compact, and reusable packaging made out of recycled plastic that could be sent back to the company for free. Save the forests of our world of 7 billion and continue the cycle that provides oxygen to our planet.
We are all waiting to hear the results of the video competition, but regardless, we have learned from the process of producing the videos on these intriguing topics. Finally, the intern class produced a story about a partnership between our school system and Operation Spark, a nonprofit organization that teaches computer programming skills. Let's watch it now.
Parameters are num 1, num 2, and the arguments are 2 and 4.
Do you want to know what innovation education looks like? Look no further than St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, where students are having their interest in coding ignited thanks to a partnership between the school district and the nonprofit Operation Spark.
Operation Spark trains high school students and adults to get high-wage positions in the field of software development.
And part of software development is coding.
So with a computer, you have the physical monitor, keyboard, and the parts that make it work. Coding is what goes inside that computer to make the parts do what they're supposed to.
Primarily the 3 languages that we teach are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
26 students, 3 schools, and 1 objective: to prepare students for jobs in the exciting tech industry.
It allows us to really break down those walls of the classroom and bring in people from the business community to teach our students those core skills that are going to be required in this 21st century job market.
We're trying to get the header back together.
Students graduate from this course well prepared for college, or with the industry-based certification they've earned, will be workforce ready.
But we know that the workforce demands for STEM-type talent in the state of Louisiana is exploding right now.
I believe students in Louisiana are some of the most creative students in the country, if not the world. And I think empowering them with the skills in software development only allows them to have even more opportunities.
So what makes this program so innovative? Reaching outside the walls of the classroom and into the business community. Bringing together different students from different schools, learning after hours, and replicating what is happening in the workforce. Add all of these together and you get a powerful way to learn in public schools.
It worked.
Yes.
The school system hopes to partner with Operation Spark again next school year. We hope you enjoyed the videos. Stay tuned for more in the next show. Back to you, Dr. Menard.
Thanks, Julia. We look forward to seeing more great work from our interns. With the school year wrapping up soon, seniors are looking toward graduation in college. We stopped by Salmon High School where students and their parents were attending What to Do After Graduation, an informative night designed to assist in some of the important decisions these future graduates need to make. Students and parents filled the gym at Salmon High School as students focused on their future after high school.
In the school system, we are training and educating our students, but after they leave us, we want to make sure that they are prepared. So that's what tonight is all about, giving them tools and resources to make sure that they are prepared by giving them information so they can make informed decisions as to what they want to do after graduating from high school.
Students and parents also had the opportunity to attend financial aid counseling sessions and TOP seminars, all with the common purpose of assisting students as they reach for their goals.
It's very important to put programs like this together so that way they can come in and they can be exposed to what the future holds for them.
We come out every year around this time to show support to students in the local area, making sure they're getting resources and information on how to be successful once they graduate high school.
Superintendent Trey Foles, Supervisor Dorable Dangerfield, as well as other sponsors say the event is important for students' preparation for the future.
It's just the more information you know, the more options you have, the better chances you can be successful, the better decisions you can make. So I love seeing everyone here. I love seeing the enthusiasm of the people that are encouraging our students.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. Whether you watch us on Charter Channel 198 on the North Shore, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, both North and South Shore, or from the Channel 13 St. Tammany Schools YouTube page, we hope you enjoyed it. To find our broadcast schedule, just go to stpsb.org and follow the link to Channel 13. And remember to keep up with the latest happenings in St. Tammany Parish Public Schools by following the school system on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to the Channel 13 YouTube channel so that you'll get alerts to all of the district's videos as soon as they're uploaded. We'll end our show with a look at the Fontainebleau High Jazz Ensemble. These young musicians, directed by Lee Hicks, do an outstanding job.
There's so many things that music does besides teach kids notes and rhythms.
It's being in that jazz band, working with other musicians who are like the same level as you, some are better. It's good to have people better than you because you're listening to them, being like, oh, that sounds cool, I'm gonna try that. Like working off each other, a lot of communication within jazz band while playing.
It's taught me a lot about commitment, and even though if you don't want to do something, you have to stick through with it and actually push through for something to be worth doing.
Being in the Fontainebleau Jazz Band, I've made so many connections with people who I would have never met if I wouldn't have been in music. It's a bond when you're playing that you like feel something different with them.
Music really touches the soul, you know, and helps you find some kind of passion. And as you play together and you work on stuff together, as I conduct or they're playing within their section, they really connect with each other, and because they have to. Our program is more about developing great kids, and music is an important part of that.
For people who are passionate, like when you find your passion, you find like, that's what I'm doing. I know I'm doing the right thing that I'm supposed to be doing in my life. It like gives you a feeling that all the work's worth it.
Preparation techniques have led me to practice a lot more in my house and lead me into groups such as All-State and District.
I feel like for all of us in jazz band, we couldn't go on to like outside of high school without incorporating music somehow in our lives, because every single one of us is there because we have that like drive and passion in music. Something's going to be in music because I can't let that go. That's just part of me and part of all of us, I think.
for watching this edition of Chalk Talk. Take care.